and J.D. Vance against Emhoff and Waltz and ask who's going to win in terms of masculinity. They even have to redefine it. Americans aren't feeling it.
I don't think you want that competition. He has beautiful eyelashes, but J.D. Vance looks like he's wearing eyeliner most of the time.
But he's not.
How dare you?
How dare you? I know, and maybe the couch story was real.
And you know what? Waltz said he was carried weapons of war. He was in Bagram. You want to talk about it?
Donald Trump of working class fame on his golden toilet. Let's not do this again. So you are correct. The premise of your question, Jesse, we like being scared. We run better when we're scared. This is our comfort state, and I'm thankful to be in this position versus your red wave vibe that you had before it all came crashing down.
Would you rather be Donald Trump right now, or would you rather be Kamala Harris?
I would never rather be
You
Donald
know what I'm
Trump.
talking about in this position. Would you rather be Trump or her?
The reason that I would rather be Kamala Harris is that he has to depend on low propensity voters to show up, and she has to depend on high propensity voters to show up. She has to convert people to voting for her. She has to get those moderate Republicans. But Donald Trump needs to be on the Joe Rogan circuit or the Andrew Schultz circuit to get people who don't typically show. And that's a steeper challenge. That's my honest answer. I think you like it. You're making the good face.
I just can't argue with it because I don't want to.
Okay, great. So
I'll handle it.
Okay, so for all
Greg,
of
will you take this one for me? She's wearing me down.
For all of the good news that there has been for Trump, and it definitely has felt like a vibe shift this week, he still only gained 0.3 points in the polls, and Nate Silver was tweeting about that today. And there were some really interesting things in the New York Times Siena poll. So
oh, man, y'all know I'm here to report it. Them Democrats is shaking out their shoes, shaking out them boots. The check engine light is on. They seen that when Biden got up there, when Joseph got up there and blew the motor and transmission, they had to cart it off, throw it in the junkyard. And now they got a nice little used vehicle in there. You know, she been used real good, and she been used, you know, and now her check engine light is on. They are panicking, shaking out their shoes. Yeah. Obama's out there with his cape on, sweating. Yeah. Black brothers, black men, the vote's not there with black people. Yeah. What did you expect, sir? People are sick and tired of you frauds. What did you expect? Y'all go check Nancy Pelosi's blood pressure too. And her alcohol blood level, her blood alcohol level. Have her breathe in the walkie-talkie. Blow in this walkie-talkie, man. We know she's sweating too. And Hillary's still walking around with that big bottle of hot sauce. Ask her about 2016. Yeah, since we always flip it back to Trump. Yeah, threat to democracy. Dictator. How did Project 2025 work out for him? How did that backfire? Yeah, look what's going on. Everything is hitting the fan. You know, the fake news, the bias reporting, it's all the scams are coming out, man. And they are panicking because he's not in prison right now and he's not dead. They've tried everything in the book on President Trump. They've tried to spin everything, take it out of context. It didn't work. And now he has more support than ever. You know, people seeing all the corruption. Everything y'all have done to this man this year has made him more popular. You made him a convicted felon. We sat through those trials and those news reports. What did y'all expect? And you made him we're being honest, you made him more popular with the black community. And I hate pulling the race card. One love to the human race. And that's what I believe in. And that's what I stand on. I don't care what your age is, where you're from, what you look like, what you smell like. We don't see color. One love to the human race. I hope y'all are doing well, man. All I can do is report it to y'all. But this is going to be good. Yeah. Because Trump is up everywhere. CNN just had a whole panic, and I can't wait to show y'all that. They just had a whole panic and just admitted that their camp is falling behind badly. And there's only a short period of time left. They are panicking right now. again. And we thought Obama was gonna come out there, but he hit it right off the nail, which pissed everybody off on both sides. It just isn't, the energy just isn't there. The turnout is just not there how it was when I was running. What did you expect? And then y'all thought that hiding was gonna make it better. Then when you said, okay, we can't hide and keep ducking, dodging, and hiding, we got to send her out there. And then when she goes out there, it's even worse. You know, even with a teleprompter. What did y'all expect? You put her more out there, it gets even worse. And you thought her cracking open a beer or going on with beta male Howard, you know, you thought that was going, like, come on now. And then on The View, where she admits she's Joe Biden 2.0, what would you have done different than Joe Biden? She says nothing. And then Joe Biden goes out and says, we're singing off the same song sheet. He confirms it. And he done squeezed all the toothpaste out the toothpaste. He done squeezed all the toothpaste out of the toothpaste. Now he don't know where he's at. They just sent him off on another vacation. He on the beach again. Out cold, sleep. That's America for you. Banana Republic, kangaroos jumping everywhere. Banana peels out all in the middle of the street. They want tampons out in the middle of the street. You know, they done threw the laptop out. Russia. They threw the laptop out. Now they want tampons in the middle of the street. We need common sense back, y'all. Prayers for America. Prayers for Trump, man. Let's end October off well, man. And we encourage all you to go out and vote. Sorry for me on here talking so long. I've been having a good night, so I just felt like talking to y'all, man. Because hey, so the ones that's up tonight, I love y'all. You know, I know a lot of y'all like, Rick, just get into it. But this one got Jessica on there, and I want to see what Jessica's talking about. Everybody is once again asking for Jessica to be removed, to be fired. Why is she still on the show? Can she just go on The View already? Can she go to CNN, MSNBC, ABC, or CBS where she belongs? You know, as you read the comments, they're all the same. People are just sick and tired. You know, but the turnout for Trump is what I believe is going to be. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be history, y'all. If things are done fair, because we know what happened in 2020. But they say things should be different this year. You know, they got people looking out for the cheaters and all kind of stuff. So hopefully, you know, things are done fair. And I believe it's going to be too big to rig. Simple as that, man. Well, let's go and get into it, y'all. I done talked up a 6-minute storm. I apologize. God. I apologize, y'all. But boy, don't it feel good to see these Democrats panic and their blood pressure raise up? But then again, all you can say is, what did y'all expect? What did you expect? She can't answer a question. It's been word salad after word spaghetti after word spaghetti. Dreams and aspirations. I grew up in the middle class. We cut our front lawn. And you know, I was a prosecutor. You know, I was a prosecutor. I can get this done. I was a prosecutor. Right.
Blue wall might be crumbling. Axios out with a new piece on how Kamala's electoral college firewall is slipping away. It says, quote, top Democratic politicians and operatives tell us the vital states of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania are getting tougher for Vice President Harris and the party's Senate candidates. Democrats also say that Kamala's media blitz was a dud. Turns out chugging brews with Colbert and helping Howard Stern cope with his Trump derangement syndrome didn't help move the needle. And even the Democrats' hype man, James Carville, is sounding worried. Listen.
Only thing I feel is the election's coming November 5th. And I'm scared to death, and I'll get a time to, you know, obviously.
You're not in a reflective mood.
Not in a particular reflective mood right now. I'm very, very concerned and very
What does
scared.
Harris need to do with the month left?
They need to be sharp. They need to be aggressive. They need to stop answering questions and start asking questions.
Would you like to see her do more press conferences?
I'd like her to put more things in play.
All right. I want to go to Jessica first because it seems like this is an emotional issue for you. But I'm going to go to Greg instead. Greg, I want you to just ponder everything you just heard, Jessica. How concerned are the Democrats really, or is this just typical Democrats freaking out?
I do think that you're seeing evidence of the media slowly turning on Harris because not of her politics or her lack of policies, it's that she appears to be losing. So it's like that's a different kind of political analysis. It's not like they're equally critical of Trump and Harris. When they criticize Trump, it's because they want him to lose. When they criticize Harris, it's because she's losing. They don't want it. It's weird, though. You aren't seeing Republicans becoming Democrats, but you're seeing a lot of the reverse, Hispanics, blacks, young people. And it's because they realize they've been lied to so much about bigger issues. They've been manipulated, whether it was Russian collusion, fine people hoax, drinking bleach, Hunter's laptop. I think they realized that their side, and they're going to find out everybody lies. But right now, they are finding out that their side lies. Pretty soon, that's the first level of awareness. And then when you get out of there, you're going to see, wow, everybody lies about everything. And then you're going to be free. That's a true based red pill. But if you look at what the Democrats focus on, it's removed from real life. Parents concerned about trans activism, they always side with the activists. They're concerned about men identifying as women in women's sports. They side with the perverted grifters. When citizens are concerned about gas and food prices, they say it doesn't exist. Remember that? They said there's no inflation. And when they're concerned about crime, they say it's going down. So if you look at the two parties, you have one that is living in some fantasy land and another one that is almost obsessed with reality to a fault. Republicans are obsessed with reality, crime, immigration, inflation. That's as real as life gets.
Dana, the polling numbers are still tight. They've been tight. I've still been confident for quite some time. All of a sudden, the Democrats don't seem confident. What has changed?
I think they're all seeing the same things that we're seeing, which is that the momentum is going in Trump's favor. And part of the reason is because Kamala Harris's media tour is having the inverse effect of what they wanted. The more people see her, the more they're thinking, wait, I don't think I can do this.
Like I've been saying, I told y'all. Somebody should have took those clips from my videos, and I seen y'all been reposting my clips everywhere, but they should have sent that to their campaign or whoever and said, man, we should listen to them. Stop. Y'all should have just kept her hidden. I know hiding, y'all was getting a lot of backlash, and hiding wasn't working for y'all. It was making things worse. But I think putting her out there is even worse. Having her speak is even worse. Repeats the same thing. People are sick and tired of hearing about the middle class story. We're sick and tired of hearing dreams and aspirations. And her whole campaign has just been a cringe fest. You send Tim Wall's wife out there. They talking to him like little kids, little children. Repeat after me. We're going to flip the page. Y'all repeat after me. Mr. Trump, Mr. Vance, mind your own business. Y'all repeat after me. Come on. Repeat after me, children. And you see why people don't show up to the rallies, or they start walking out leaving. And that's all we've been seeing.
The numbers are what they are. And for a long time, I've believed that whoever this race ends up being about is the one that's going to lose. Because people know who Trump is. They might not like him, but they know his record. And they might think that, well, at least things were better back then. And if this is my choice and I don't know her, but what I see of her, I'm not confident in, they won't have it. But it's not just the poll numbers. This was an astounding thing I noticed today in all of my reading that I did today. Do you know how many Democrats are out there saying all these things she needs to do? Here's a small list. I just did this off the top of my head. They say she needs to have another debate. That's not happening. She needs to do more interviews. That's not happening. One said she needs an energy plan. One said she should do more town halls. I know she's got one or two, whatever. They said she needs to have an event specifically for black men. Then she needs to have an event specifically for Latino men. And then she needs to be more interactive on the ground with the voters, and she needs to do more fundraising and on and on. And every article I'm reading, that's all the things that she should do that she can't do. It's like when Harold would sit here and say, Joe Biden should come out and say this, or he should do this, and I'm like, Harold, that's not happening.
Yeah, screw Harold.
This is like
Screw Harold. Screw Harold. Screw him. You know, you think about this party and this lady, the only thing that comes to mind is, if anything, abortion. And that's sad, man. That really is. No matter which way you look at it, no matter if you're liberal, conservative, in the middle, if you're Republican, Democrat, it's just sad.
It's in your face, Harold. You're not even here. There's 3 weeks left of the campaign. Yep. When do they think she's going to do this? And I think all of them are doing this right now to be on record as saying, I told you.
Yes.
Yep. Right? Charles Blow, for example, in the New York Times today saying these are all the things she needs to do. She's not going to do those.
Jay Mart also in the New York Times day and night.
Oh my gosh, there was a whole, no, it's Political Magazine.
Same thing.
No,
No, it's not.
It's so close.
But I read the whole thing of all the things that she should do, and that's to get on record because they think she's going to lose right now.
So, Judge, when the Democrats are giving advice to the top Democrat, that's when you know they're losing.
Well, think about it. She made history by raising $1 billion in 80 days for a presidential candidate. That's unbelievable. And that's going to dampen the fundraising, okay? And I understand that it's so close in Pennsylvania that she's going to spend $350 million on ads in Pennsylvania. But here's the thing. We talk about there's supposed to be that beautiful blue wall. Kamala was supposed to be the surefire winner. But we weren't supposed to know that she couldn't speak or she couldn't respond or she couldn't do an interview. We weren't supposed to know that because Donald Trump was supposed to be in jail or worse.
Like I said at the beginning, Donald Trump supposed to be in jail or dead. And it really hurts me to say that out my mouth. But again, y'all, it's the truth. And I want to be real with y'all, man. You know, they don't want him here. They don't want him alive. They came after their political opponent. We've been, you guys seen everything we've covered on this channel. I literally stopped at everything on this channel, from music reactions, our comedy reactions, our sport reactions. I literally took a pause on everything and focused just on everything that was, about both parties, about Trump, and looking into the cases, actually researching and understanding what's really going on. I was an anti-Trumper. I was a never-Trumper. I believe Trump was this, and that. I believe Trump. I believe that this side was, racist, and this side, I believed in all that crap. And then I started to think for myself and understand what's going on, just like a lot of other people this year. But for me, it was 2 years ago. And I said, what is going on? What is up with all this bias, this reporting? What's up they are actually biased. What is going on with the fake news? I went and watched what they took in short clips of and spent and turned around. And come to find out he said this and they said that? What? What? And it's a huge eye-opener. And it's been an eye-opener for a lot of people. A lot of people that were lifelong Democrats, a lot of people that were anti-Trump, a lot of people that weren't even going to vote at all this year. And it's prayers for Trump, prayers for this team and campaign. Prayers for you guys and your family, your kids, your friends, the neighbors, man, the strangers around the world, because we do not know what to expect next in this corrupt scam matrix. And I said prayers for October, but so far it's looking good. So far, it is looking good, man. And we are 20-some days out, y'all.
And that was the thinking. We were never supposed to know how inept she is at all of this, whether it's signifying or conveying a sense of empathy. Now, also, this whole idea she takes for granted the blacks and the minorities as well as the blue-collar worker. And with the realignment of this group with Republicans, because the Republicans are now the party of the working class, they're not trusting her. She's the one who said the border was secure. She's the one who told them that there's really no inflation. And finally, this whole idea, she's trying to get men back by saying that Emhoff and Waltz, that's true masculinity. I dare you to take a poll and put together Donald Trump and J.D. Vance against Emhoff and Waltz and ask who's going to win in terms of masculinity. They even have to redefine it. Americans aren't feeling it.
I don't think you want that competition. He has beautiful eyelashes, but J.D. Vance looks like he's wearing eyeliner most of the time.
But he's not.
How
dare you?
Oh, my.
I know, and maybe the couch
not.
story was
my.
real.
And you know what? Waltz said he was carried weapons of war. He was in Bagram. You want to
Donald
talk about
Trump
it?
of working class fame on his golden toilet. Let's not do this again. So you are correct. The premise of your question, Jesse. We like being scared. We run better when we're scared. This is our comfort state, and I'm thankful to be in this position versus your red wave vibe that you had before it all came crashing down.
Would you rather be Donald Trump right now, or would you rather be Kamala Harris?
Rather be
You know what I'm talking about in this position. Would you rather be Trump or her?
The reason that I would rather be Kamala Harris is that he has to depend on low propensity voters to show up, and she has to depend on high propensity voters to show up. She has to convert people to voting for her. She has to get those moderate Republicans. But Donald Trump needs to be on the Joe Rogan circuit or the Andrew Schultz circuit to get people who don't typically show. And that's a steeper challenge. That's my honest answer. I think you like it. You're making the good face.
I just can't argue with it because I don't want to.
Okay, that's great. So
I'll handle it.
Okay, so for all
Greg,
of
will you
the,
take this one for me? Just wear me down.
for all of the good news that there has been for Trump, and it definitely has felt like a vibe shift this week, he's still only gained 0.3 points in the polls, and Nate Silver was tweeting about that today. And there were some really interesting things in the New York Times Siena poll. So not only was she up 4 points, and that had been one of her worst polls, but now abortion is in the top 3 issues. And we know if abortion is in the top 3 issues, that favors Democrats. They also found that Kamala has support from 93% of Democrats, but Donald Trump only has support from 80% of Republicans. And
But there's more Republicans than Democrats.
Oh, okay, but actually,
I didn't hear what you said, Dana.
She said there are more Republicans than Democrats, and we can talk about that, but it doesn't mean they're necessarily being affiliated, doesn't mean that you're going to vote that way. And Blueprint had a new survey out where they found that 36% of Nikki Haley's voters are going to back Harris. Only 49% of the Republican Haley voters are going to back Trump, down from 64% in 2020.
A lot of numbers, Jessica. A lot of numbers.
Yeah, that's how elections
There might
work.
be a shy Kamala
Right.
vote.
There might be, or a loud one. And like in Wisconsin, where she appeared with Liz Cheney, the biggest group of undecided voters are moderate and Republican-leaning undecideds. And so you bring Liz
Yeah, and we know about Dick, too. Yeah. We don't care. She got landslided out. Warhawk. Landslided out.
Cheney out there, the Adam Kinzingers of the world.
Oh, God.
Laughing stock.
You guys-
Is he going to cry if she doesn't win?
Laughing
She's
stock.
depending on Cheney and Kinzinger. I think this thing's, what's his name? I'm sorry.
Kunzinger.
You're not sorry.
Kinzinger.
No, both of you are
It's
wrong.
a hard name to pronounce.
It is not.
Kinzinger.
And
Is
it's
it-
Jonathan Martin, not Jay Hart.
Not Gur.
Who
Kinzinger.
cares?
Yeah,
No
I'm
one
sorry.
cares
Doesn't matter.
about him.
I'm sorry.
That's your favorite thing to say.
I'm not sorry.
It's true, though.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Get off the show, Jessica.
Who's
All right,
that?
Jessica, okay. We gave you your time. Please, let's sell some ads. I had a Dougie Dine and Dash. Tim Walz and Doug Emhoff grab coffee and walk away without paying. Click here.
Oh, man. Oh, man. You just can't make it up, y'all. You just can't make it up.